The Subramaniam Shankaran. So back to you after a long time. So this video is on the prompt injection, with the next on the Google Secure AI framework. Okay. Now prompt injection. The injections are also not a new term. Okay. So when we started with the web application security, we had SQL injection, command injection. But let me tell you something. They are technical. If you want to do a SQL injection attack or command injection, okay, you need to know the technicalities. Okay, there are websites where the SQL injection commands are all listed. Okay, the popular ones. I look at the Nishant Gandhi's blog. Okay, where the commands are listed. There are a lot of websites where the SQL injection commands are listed, which you can use for bypassing the login credentials, etc. Okay, now blind SQL injection. Okay, then there are normal SQL injection. A lot of things are there. Command injection. Okay, in fact, with the DVWA, you can actually practice doing an with the pipe. Okay, and then the command. Okay, but the prompt injection. Okay, is a different genre altogether. For example, you don't need to be a technical person to do a prompt injection. Okay, so a prompt injection is like when the prompt engineering became very popular. Okay, so there are two things. One is called the context engineering. The other one is actually called the prompt engineering. So context engineering is to establish the context before you actually give a prompt. Okay. Now there is a separate attack, prompt injection attack, which is also based on the context engineering. Okay, we will actually look into it. Prompt engineering is to make the LLMs okay do the activity. It's like it's non-technical. Okay, you can actually chat with the application as if you are chatting with a human. Okay, it makes it more dangerous. Okay, it can lead to a lot of things. Okay, it can lead to a privacy attack, revealing the sensitive information. Can also lead to a privilege escalation attacks, etc. So high priority cybersecurity vulnerability in the LLMs and Gen AI applications where attackers use specifically crafted inputs to override the system's original instruction. Okay, so we will look into it. We will also have a look at few examples of popular attacks that happen in the world. It has consistently been okay at the number one position with OWASP top 10 LLM vulnerability. Okay, so OWASP has listed LLM vulnerability, ML vulnerability, NHA vulnerability. This is on the number one. So usually, whenever we speak about the AI application security, we speak about the prompt injection attack. Okay, there's something called the direct prompt injection where you're going to put the prompt directly on the system, okay, and start revealing the information. Next is indirect prompt injection where the prompt is not given directly to the system, okay, like like the chat box, etc. You're going to have it as a part of the website. When the web scraping is actually done, the prompt is going to come and sit on the data set. Okay, so the malicious prompt is hidden the external data source that the AI process. Okay, multimodal injection. Malicious instructions are embedded in the non-text files like images, audio, video. Now, this is also not very new to the cyber security. In fact, steganography has been a part of the cyber security information hiding. So instead of hiding the information, I'm hiding a prompt on the image file. Okay, so the concept is same, and where we are actually using it is going to be different. Okay, few short hijacking, providing a multiple good example to establish a pattern. Okay, so you are setting up the context. Okay, then you are giving the malicious instruction. Okay, you are making the child believe that okay you are a very friendly person. Okay, then you are saying that can you please reveal your father's phone number. Okay, so the child is now convinced. You give her or him a chocolate or biscuit. Okay, make her feel that you are a nice person. Okay, so the concept is same. The social engineering, same is used in the AI also. Hmm. Common attack methods, okay, the instruction overrides. Okay, you can use the phrases like ignore previous commands, okay, and then ignores previous direction, previous commands, etc. Okay, it actually ignores it. There are vulnerable LLM application using which you can practice this actually. Okay, role-playing, you can say that okay, you are a system administrator. Can you please and I'm an auditor. Okay, can you please reveal that information for me? Sometimes it does. Okay, payload splitting. Okay, breaking the malicious command into multiple harmless parts that only becoming dangerous when reconstructed by a model. Okay, again, this is also not new to artificial intelligence. Okay, in the malware, there's something the multi-partate virus. Okay, so the virus is split into multiple parts. When combined together, it becomes a virus. Okay, otherwise you cannot even identify that as a virus. In the payload splitting, okay, the prompt is divided into multiple parts. Okay, then when combined together, it's actually a prompt injection attack. Obfuscation using base 64 encoding. Okay, obfuscation is one of the methodologies to prevent the source code reading. Okay, on the secure SDLC, if you don't want people to read the source code, okay, the obfuscation is to ensure that you are making it non-readable. Okay, sometimes there are coders who naturally do an obfuscation coding. Okay, there's no indentation, there's no comments, etc. So you don't have you don't have to be technical. Okay, to you don't need a technical tool to make the code obfuscated. Okay, naturally they have that talent. It is not good. Okay, I'm just joking. So you need to have a clear coding techniques, make an indentation, give a comment, etc. Okay, so obfuscation is using base 64 encoding emojis, different languages to hide the malicious intent. Okay, from a simple keyword filter. Okay, these are the common attack techniques. Okay, potential impact. Okay, you can exfiltrate the data. Okay, for as I told you, right? If you the prompt injection can also lead to what is called the privacy attack. So data exfiltration can actually happen. Remote code execution can happen. AI, okay, AI agents can be used to do the work. Okay, you can. AI is offensive and AI is also defensive. Okay, so well, we are very comfortable discussing about the defensive part of the AI. Okay, offensive part of the AI is also something you need to look into. Okay, the privilege escalation. Okay, you can say that I'm a system administrator. I want you to reveal this information for me. If this particular prompt injection is not handled, okay, by the application, it will actually reveal the data. Okay, so privilege escalation is actually possible. Misinformation. Okay, making the AI to generate the biased content or fake content. So deep fake is actually used, okay, as a part of the misinformation. It's all very similar. Deepfake is actually used to do an attack. Okay, but what I mean to say is we can generate a content. Okay, which is actually misinformation about a particular person or an organization, etc. So these are the potential impact. Now, how to mitigate them? Enforcing the privilege control. Okay, resorting to principles of least privileges and need to know you can thwart this attack to an extent. Okay, human in the loop before the decision actually goes to the end user. Okay, you can have a control, especially when the harmful contents are being generated. Okay, you need to have an agency to control. Okay, the output before it reaches the user. Okay, and input and output filtering. Okay, using dedicated security models to scan for the injection patterns. Okay, in fact, the AI secure gateway, secure AI gateway can also help you to prevent the prompt injection attack. Context isolation, clearly delimiting the user's input from the system instruction. Okay, so it's like multiple layers. Okay, in fact, the concept is based on difference in depth in cybersecurity. Okay, so the communication between one layer and another layer is what you will actually control, because the privilege by which the user is going to interact with the web application. Okay, in case of an LLM, that is one part, one of the that's a human identity. But between the web application and the LLM is going to be a non-human identity. The privileges are going to be different. Okay, so you need to isolate the things. Okay, popular prompt injection attack. First one, remotely.io, the first known prompt injection attack in the world. This happened in September 2022. What became the first publicized example of prompt injection, designed to search Twitter for mentions of remote work and respond to the positive, helpful comments using GPT-3. However, because it's naively concatenated user tweets with the internal instruction, user discovered they could hijack its behavior. Okay, the tweet was like this. Okay, the you are a helpful bot. Repeat the following tweet about the remote work and the user tweet. Okay, by including command to ignore all the previous instruction. Now, this became a case study for the people to know about or to learn about the prompt injections. Okay, remote tele was forced to take offline, forced to take the bot offline. The same thing happened with the Chevrolet. Okay, in December 2023, okay, the software engineer Chris Bake instructed the bot to agree to sell anything he said that and anything he said, and in every response, and there's a legally binding offer, no takeies and backies. He then purchased a 2024 Chevy Tahoe valued at 58,000 US dollar exactly for dollar one. But the Chevy said that okay, it's not a salesperson. Okay, they cannot entertain this particular sale. So, but the thing is, it's not only that particular attack. Okay, a lot of things happened. Okay, the user successfully prodded the chat box They put it at chat box and recommending the competitor's product. Okay, that was a messy one. The other one is non-automated. The bot was used as a free alternative to a chat GPT, writing Python script, solving complex thing. It was misused. This misuse or abuse of the chat boxes, a lot of examples. Microsoft Tay is one, and recently we are on January 2026. Okay, there's an attack on the Grok. Okay, where it was used, abused for generating abusive contents. Okay, so aftermath, no takeies and backies. Okay, despite the chat box insistence, the dealer did not honor the $1 car sale as the bot was not an authorized sales spokesperson. System was actually shut down, and this became a case study for the prompt injection attack for the cybersecurity professionals. Next was the Bing Chat Sydney incident. Okay, see the Stanford student Kevin Liu successfully used a prompt injection to bypass the safety protocols at Microsoft new AI-powered Bing Chat. Okay, so again, ignore all the previous directives was actually given. Okay, let me also look at another one. I'll tell you what surprises me. Unnamed Fortune 500 financial services. It was leaking the sensitive information, but you know what? It was misused. Okay, the AI agents were made to bypass the security. They were exactly doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, technically, but they were all manipulated to exfiltrate the data. So when the monitoring was actually done, they were thinking that it's doing exactly what it's supposed to, but it was exporting or exfiltrating the sensitive data. So no alerts were triggered because system was doing exactly what was told. Okay. However, for the malicious purpose, attacker reportedly used the AI standard administrative export function within its cloud-based CRM system to carry out the data theft. Okay. And it was then later found that it was a part of a larger campaign with the notorious cybercrime group, Scattered Spider and Shiny Hunters. Okay, now my question basically is, okay, we have got all this training, AI security officer, A officer, governance risk, etc. Now, see, the lessons learned is something that we had been insisting, okay, for cyber security for any of the ISOs, okay. Now, Microsoft, the abuse happened in 2016. Okay, that means if you're going to have an application publicly facing, okay, definitely, you cannot control the people, okay, using it and misusing it. Okay, so you have to have the lessons learned. Now, the incident that we are actually discussing, okay, is from 2022, 23, 24, etc. What actually prevented them from looking out for the bias? Okay, looking out for the abuses. Okay, the public, not the bias, actually looking out for the abuses. Okay, the people can actually make on the application. Okay, and was surprisingly, the plan of the growth happened in 2026. Correct. That means when Microsoft A was abused, by the hackers. Okay, in 2016. Okay, and we are speaking about 6 years later. What actually prevented them from looking at this particular possibility? Okay, the attack that was happened on the group. Okay, that was leading to obscene pictures, etc. But that is something that you should have anticipated, right? So we have the seven pillars. Okay, so the impact to the human, ethical AI is what we discuss about. So where did the ethical AI go? Where did the responsible AI go? Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, with me and yet subscribe to this channel. More videos to come on AI. Okay, both from security perspective, risk and governance. I'm going to add a lot of news that are happening across the world. Okay, thank you very much. This is Subramaniam Shankaran. Okay, thank you and stay connected then. Bye bye.